Tanya here. Today's lesson is on faith. And as you can see, my friend here, Hannah, is floating in the pool. Now this relates to faith because Hannah knows that if she has enough faith to know that she's going to stay on top of the water and that she's not going to sink down underneath the water. It's just like when you learn how to swim, you get laid on your back and you know that the water's going to hold you up. Well, in today's story, there's a story about a woman who has enough faith to touch the garment of Jesus. So many of you are wondering, what is faith? Well, in the Bible, Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So faith is something we can't see, but we know it's there. It's kind of like the air we breathe. We breathe the air, we know the air is there because it gives us the oxygen, but you can't see the air. And today's story in the Bible comes from the book of Mark. And it's about a lady who touches Jesus' garment. In fact, it's Mark 5:25 through 35, and I'm just going to read it. It says, a large crowd followed and pressed around him. A woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I'll be healed. Immediately, her bleeding stopped and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. At once, Jesus realized that the power had gone from him. He turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched my clothes? You see the people crowding against you, his disciples said, and yet you ask, who touched me? But Jesus, looking around to see who had done it, then the woman, knowing what happened to her, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear, and told him the whole truth. He said to her, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering. So as you can see in today's story, she had enough faith to touch Jesus' garment, even though she knew that there was large crowds there and she knew that there wasn't much that could be done. She just had that little bit of faith. And so God wants us to live in faith. And when we live in faith, we're blessed. Even if we trust God just a little bit, we find out that he keeps his word. He helps us trust in him even more the next time. So friends, I want you to think about that today. What is your faith? My favorite verse in the Bible is Matthew 17:20. If you have faith as small as a mustard seeds are teeny tiny, you can say to this mountain, move, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. So if there's something that's gone on in your life, something that's big and great, and you don't have faith that that God can take care of it, well, guess what, friends? He can. And even if you just believe a little bit that he can do it. Let's go to God in prayer. Dear God, thank you that you love us. Thank you for giving us faith. Thank you that we can know and trust you. Amen. Today's fun Bible fact: the average reader can read the Bible in 70 hours. That's 2 days in 22 hours. Could you read the Bible that fast?